Ooh, much better. Yes. Pizza time, pizza time. Way too lazy to make an actual pizza base, despite it being really easy. So there's one. There's the other one. There's that one. Water, tepid water, 250 mils of, a spoon, stirring, you start getting a bit of a dough to gather all that. Look, ew, lovely, ew, fatty little. Oh, it's a bit more stirring in that. Gonna get some plain flour, pat it on the top. If it'll come out, yeah, there you go, look at that, yeah, lovely, lovely. Get this, try and get this one ended. No, it's not going to happen, is it? Oh shit, now. Alright, it's not going to happen. We'll cut a minute. Success! It's all out here, look, look there, look. Start working it round in it. Trying to make it into a bit of a pizza dough like. So, bit of kneading and that, not much to see, bit boring. So we'll cut back to that in a minute. In dough form here, lovely, all binding them together and done the slapping that and all that Paul Hollywood does. And then we've got a flour chopping board, because that's going to make 2 pizzas. Because I think if we do it with one, it'll be massive. So, of course, I haven't got one of those little nice pizza choppers. I'll pick that up, whack it on there, and we'll grab just any knife and halve it like that. Oh, fatty now, it's only stuck. Right, well, yeah, that'll be cut in a minute. Cut, and absolutely beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. 2 lovely little pizzas ready to be made, because you can quite see quite thick at the moment. Need to be thin right out, like into some thin crust pizzas is what we're going for. So lovely. Greaseproof paper. I always find it easier. Find something pizza sized and round. Go over here. Get a pen, something non-offensive like a felt tip will be fine. And we'll just draw around the outside. So there we have our guide for a roughly decent sized pizza. That's about sort of dinner plate size, that is. Ball number 1 on here. Just start working it, spreading it out to the dimensions, and then we'll have our first pizza base pretty much ready for action. Least round circle you've probably ever seen. Use the rolling pin for evenness, bit of flour on that first light so it doesn't stick. So that's now ready just to sit and chill down for a bit. Normally have the oven on first, but I'm not cooking these till later on for when Harry's home from school. So that will just sort of go and sit in the fridge now. That will, as will the old. Well, it will sit for about 10 minutes just to rise before I put the toppings on. Then they'll sit and get cooked later on. I'm just going to do the other one now. 3 pizza bases, one in a tray, one on a rack just for support while they sort their lives out a bit, and just have a bit of a tidy up. Some of this, get that in the old sink and so on. Clear all this, clear this up, because they'll be staying on their trays and that now. And then we've got obviously chorizo, salami, wafer thin ham. We've got, now this is the part that could be genius, and this is a suggestion from Harry. We've got black pudding, already fried off, already sort of civilised as black pudding can be, ready to eat. Part fried mushrooms, Stilton, mature cheddar. That's another stroke of genius, potentially the old Stilton. Got some garlic granules just to add a bit of flavour. Same with the herbs, Italian herb seasoning, tomato puree, and then we've got mozzarella for each. Lovely. Our 10 minutes. While I was waiting, I've left the Stilton and the cheese and that as it is. Separated everything else. We've got 3 salami, 4 chorizo on that, and 3 chorizo, 4 salami on that because of uneven numbering. We've got drained the juice out of the mozzarella, and that's just one of the mozzarella's sat there ready to spread out. And we've got the pizza bears. So I'll get tomato puree and we'll start spreading it out. So yeah, tomato puree. It's all up. Almost everything here is Tesco's because I only went the other day. So put a decent sized blob in the middle. That should be about enough. Just about the tablespoon. With a flea I always find does enough, and then soup spoon, any spoon really, just start spreading it out. Not all the way to the edge obviously because you want a crust and it'll all leak over and make a right mess, so I'll just be spreading that out now, spreading that out and so on. It's all spread out. I've actually put another tablespoon on, yeah, so it's, yeah, it's a nice even spread, quite thin. So obviously it's strong into it's double concentrated tomato puree as well, so it's be nice and tomatoey, that will. Next one is to start breaking up, cutting up that, breaking it up and that, and spreading it about. The old kettle's on, needs a cup of tea, can't be doing it all with that. Here's the mozzarella cut into slices. It looks remarkably like the dough, to be honest. It's could be easily mistaken, so we'll just well, not quite cooked, we'll just spread that out nicely. So we don't need move them in a bit, I think. Go in the middle. We've obviously got plenty of cheese, so it's and that's quite thick, so that'll spread out quite well. So that's that. Bit of a oh, lovely flour in the middle of cheese. Oh, right. So now it's ready to start adding some more bits and bobs. So we'll is that a sprinkler? Yeah. So we'll just put a sprinkle of the old herbs on. Yeah, that's not the best sprinkler. It's a bit all or nothing. And I know Harry will end up putting more on because he always does. But that's so we've got some herbs on that. That's the Italian seasoning. And then open the sprinkler side of the old garlic granules and get some of them on as well. Not too much of that because it'll be too garlicky. Right, now I think we'll grate some of the cheese and get that on. So back in a sec. Cup of tea. You have to make that, stir that. I've got sugar in mine because I like sugar. I'm not sweet enough by any stretch of the imagination. So, tea bag, in the old recycling eco caddy. Stir the sugar in. Bit of that again. Very Tesco's, very Tesco. It should be an advert really. Milk to taste. Lovely. The best grater ever, because it's like an oval bowl with a grater on top. So you just do your grating and then catches it in the bowl underneath, ready to use. How good's that? So that's that's enough for both pieces. That's half of that block of cheese, which weighed however much it weighed. I don't know. It was a normal sort of cheese block size. Still to not decided yet whether I'm going to break it up or it probably won't grater. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't grater. So I'll have to see what the crack is with that and get back to you. We've got cheese. We'll get that. We'll put that in and around the pizza. Mostly, you know, concentrating on the tomato area because obviously the rest is going to be sort of a flat crust, is the idea. But this is also like a levelling agent. just to sort of give us a more solid flat base to spread all the top stuff out onto. So we'll just chuck a bit of that on. Obviously a lot of this will go dribbling and make a right mess in the oven, but it'll make the pizza look nice as it goes all flat, so that's the main thing. Right, so that's that all chased up, and now we'll well, we might as well start as we mean to go on and get these on. So we'll go for one in each corner with these, like that, because we've only got, this is the one with the 4 and the 3, so we'll do that and that. Bit of a pattern, that's quite nice, quite like that. So we've got sort of even distribution, and then the gaps we'll fill up with the ham. There's 5 pieces of ham to each one, only because that's what I'd already got out. So just put that last one perhaps in the middle. Again, keeping it even, because I like patterns. And we've got 5 black puddings, I don't know, nice and cold, so I'll put them there. Pattern of 5, like that. They almost look like olives on the camera, but I can assure you they are black puddings, as much as that may please and or disgust you. Now, Harry is not a mushroom fan, so this is where my symmetry is going to go horribly wrong. I'm going to have to put mushrooms on just the one half. So I shall just bring the mushrooms this way. We'll just get some of them on. And this is obviously, the mushrooms have been halved as well. We've got the same amount for the other pizza, and we'll compare the two and see if they look remotely similar, which, knowing me, they probably won't. But yeah, so that's we've got half mushroom, half standard. Now I'm going to have to go for yet another video strung together, because I've got to do something with that Stilton. I've actually just crumbed my Stilton, as I suspected I would end up doing. Yeah, just in and around again. Sort of even distribution. Balance of flavours and textures as much as we can. Bit of yeah, obviously we don't need excessive, because there's already a right mountain on top of this pizza. If we look this way on, we are significantly in excess of the crust. So that one is absolutely beautiful, and that's done. That is. I think I might just move that piece there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll see if we can replicate that result on the other one. The one that we did, and then is to the one that actually looks worse, because I don't know how I managed it really, but I forgot to put the seasoning on, so the seasoning is on top rather than underneath, so that's why it looks a bit more grainy and layery. But they are exactly the same, other than the swapped ratio of chorizo to salami between the two. So we'll cook them later, see how they come out, and then see how they taste. Same for oven. It is at 200. It's yeah, it's pretty much there. So we'll get the oven open. Chuck the pizza in. Very good. Set the out timer. We'll go for every 10 minutes, I think. There's that done. Sad. Oh, my red of truth. Oh, look at that. Beautiful that is. That's had about 15 minutes all in. Absolutely lovely, that is. Absolutely lovely.